All right, we're looking at penny rolls again today from the bank. From the bank. We should probably start off with a good coin joke, huh? All right, here we go. What is a coin's favorite type of metal? Sorry, I totally botched it. What is a coin's favorite type of music? Heavy metal, that's what it is. Oh man, we better start with a different one. Why couldn't George Washington throw a silver dollar across the Potomac? Because a dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. All right. We're going to go ahead and look at this first one. This is a coin I found on a recent coin roll hunt. This is the 1998 wide AM. This is one of the ones we're looking for in our searches. So it's a 1998 Philly. That's the first thing. And then we look at the reverse. You look at the A and the M in America. We're looking for a nice big space like that. Big old gap. 1998 wide AM. We are also looking for, let me pull it out here. Another one I found the other day. The 1969 Denver, no FG. So look at the reverse. Look right on the right side there where there's supposed to be the initials FG. Found that one. I can't remember if I found another one. I think that was it. We found a couple Canadians. Nothing super old. 1969. And a 1975. And then this guy. I always flip these wrong. 1976. And then one of these ones without the year on the back. It's on the front. It's 2002, 1952 to 2002. A little different design. So go ahead and get fired up. I got the NGC Coin website open on the side. We're going to try to fly through these and see if we can find something worth some extra money. These are just bankrolled pennies. I'm looking for wheaties. First and foremost, we're going to start with this one. This edge caught my eye. Nice and green. 1982 large date in Denver. $2022. I don't think there's anything on here. We're looking for the 2023 Phillies. 77 Denver. We're just taking a quick glance at most of these and checking if there's anything glaring. 2023 Denver. We're looking for the Philly for the VDBV. If we do come across one of those, I'll put it under the scope and we'll check it out. Just try to get through these rolls. I got 3/4 of a box to get through yet. Here's another 82 large date Denver. On those ones, we're going to weigh the small date Denvers and see if we can find a copper version. Make some money. 20 weight with a little bit of schmooze. 2019. Oh, is that a Denver? Yeah, it's a Denver. Philly, there's the DD I would look for. 2010, I don't think there's anything here. No, lots of 2009s to look for. 2014, 2015. I might miss some here and there, but we're going to try to get through them. What's up, Mark Hadia? Born in 1969, were you? Welcome to the chat. We're looking for valuable coins here. It's a 71 Canadian. There's like 6 or 7 or 8 different designs of these Queen Elizabeths. 83 Denver. No, we're looking for Phillies in 83. For a bunch of doubling and counter strikes. And then lots in the 82s. 1980 Philly. Oh, another Canadian. Back-to-backs almost. 73. Save the foreigns for another day. There's a 74S. There's not errors on this one, but like all S mints, I'm going to save it. 2006. One had a rough life. It'd be sweet to find a proof in one of these rolls too. Or at least one wheatie. I've went through 2015. I think it's just a Philly. I've gone through 8 or 10 rolls, and I found the 1969 Denver no FG, some Canadians, a couple S mints. That's about it. So I gotta speed through and find some wheaties. There's an 85. I don't think there's anything there. No, it goes from 84 to 87. $1979. Yeah, you just wait, Mr. Hadia. Wait till I get through a couple rolls here. My fingers will be filthy. Definitely came from a... do you think it was that recent of a Volkswagen? I was thinking older. We had some vehicles at the fire station, some junkers that we were going to do auto extrication on. But prior to the work that we did on them, I had to go through them and pull up. I found a couple wheaties in there, some nasty, nasty pennies. They were way filthier than these ones. Here's an 84 Philly. You guys know what we're looking for on these is the doubled ear 1984 double die obverse. And the double die obverse FS102. So we'll check out the bottom of his earlobe under the scope. Better save this one. I'm going to accidentally throw it in the cup somewhere if I don't put it off to the side somewhere. I'll put it with the 98 YM. So here's the 84 Philly. We're looking at his earlobe. Get my fancy pointer out. I still haven't custom colored this thing, but they're selling online now for $1.50 a piece. It's basically look like this same angle of the bottom of his ear would be doubled about down here. Look like he has 2 ears. 74 Denver. It'd be fun to find a proof coin in here too. Here's the 2017s, the only ones they put Philadelphia mint marks on. Some people save these. I do not. I find them all the time. 1980 Denver. We're looking for the double die obverse FS101. So doubling in Liberty and the date. Nope, sorry, that's a Philly. My bad. Nothing on that one. Bud Rose. I'm pretty sure I like looking at pennies the best. I got all kinds of Indians. I got all kinds of wheat cents. I got a Civil War token. It's not really a penny, but 89. Nothing there. What do you like looking through, Bud Rose? There's a 70 Philly. Lots of these Phillies also have errors on them. It's hard to remember all of them. There's lots in the 72s. 1970S, 1970S, no, just 70S's. 2010. Some of these Shield ones have errors, but 2009, 2014, 2015s, 2023s. 2017. A couple more left in this roll. We'll get cracking on the next one. Here's a cool one. 1992, you gotta look at all of them. Doesn't matter the mint. This one has a really cool, like grain wood-like thing to it, which is awesome. But also we're looking for the Close AM. 1992 Close AM. So we're looking at the back. Check out the A and the M in America. And if they're touching there, that's the 92 Close AM. Super easy to remember, super easy to look for. We got like a lamination bubbling or something. It's kind of cool looking. 76. Denver. 2015, we're looking for Phillies for 2015, not the Denvers. 87. So I know 88, so you're looking for the reverse of 89. 87. Denver, we're looking for the D over D mint mark. Check out the mint mark. And the 87 D over D FS 501 mint mark was repunched south of the first impression. I don't see a whole lot there. There's like a little bit of a lamination bump there. I don't think that's anything. Last one of the roll is a 1988, so we're looking for the 88 reverse of 89. It can be Denver or Philadelphia. For this, we're going to put under the scope. We're going to look at these initials FG. And the way to describe the letter G in the designer's initials has a vertical stroke that projects downward below the letter's curved bottom. So this one, there's no extra line that projects south of this curved bottom. If you find one, that's the 88 reverse of 89. Okay, next roll. 2015 and a memorial. We're bound to find a wheatie. I know I have a box of pennies with a wheatie ender. I'm not sure which box it is. I have a couple of them right now. Come on. Struggling. There's some more copper. Check out that one first. There's a couple of them in here back to back. Hoi, hoi, hoi. It's a shield. I wonder if this one will sit next to another one, because usually that comes in the other ones, but I don't know. Not worth my time. Not worth your guys' time. 82 large date Denver. 2015 Denver. We're looking for Phillies on those for a double die obverse. 89 Philly. Nope, nothing on the 89 Philly. Just a bunch of corrosion pits on this one. A bunch of scratches. Jeez, Lincoln's looking mean there. Seems like lots of the Phillies have more errors than the other year. 1997 Philly. We're looking for the double die obverse FS 101. The lobe of Lincoln's ear is kind of like the 84, boldly doubled. Other diagnostics in the description says there's uncertainty as to whether this is true double die or simply a damaged die, but the variety is popular. Muy popular. So looking at the ear again, this one, instead of having a line down here like a doubled ear, there's like a line through his lobe. On the back side of his lobe there. is what we're looking for. This one's obviously not the variety. 2014. 78 with some schmooze. I don't generally save my copper either. I have enough coins as it is floating around that don't really go anywhere. So I just kind of got to pick my chooses. 84 Denver. There's a double die obverse FS 101 minor doubling in the date. So we'll check that out. Nothing there. 19 Denver. Nope, there's a 19 Philly option to look for. 81 Denver? I don't think so. I think it goes straight from like a 72 to 80 to 82. No 81s. Like I said, there's a lot here. I know 72's got one. 72. Oh man, there's all kinds of them. Okay. 1972 double die obverse, strong doubling of liberty and God we trust, and the date. We're going to start there. Take them one at a time. So it's defined as very strong doubling, so it should be pretty evident. Wish I had a digital. Maybe that's good. The next one, lots of these DDOs are kind of the same stuff. Minor, it's like minor doubling or major doubling, or these have different errors named for them. This one, minor doubling on all obverse lettering in the date. Diagonal die scratches running through the letter N in the word in. Just kind of like a diagnostic for the variety. $72. I don't know why they have so many of them. And then there is no DDRs, I guess. It's all double die obverse on the 72 Philly. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. 95 Denver. We're looking for a double die obverse as well. So we're going to check out the lettering on the head side. Distinct variety has doubling on In God We Trust, Liberty, and the date. And I see none of that. So people ask, what does doubling look like? Well, here's what doubling looks like. Here's a 1965. I showed this last night as well. 65 DDR FS 801. So this is a double die reverse. So we're looking at these letters on the reverse, and you can clearly see doubled letters. Kind of looks like a shadow or something like that. Not super easy to see with the naked eye unless you have really good eyes. This one I can see with my naked eye, but it's super visible, super clear under the scope. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for doubling, double dies, all that good stuff. 64 Denver. I want to say something's on here. 64 Denver. We're looking for the D over D. Mint mark was repunched south of the first impression. And I see none of that here. I see some interesting lines on here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. It's not doubling. Could be pitting, could be something. I'll check it out under my Flash magnifier. It's interesting. It's a mark or staining, or it's like it's not another mint mark. No way. I'm gonna feel it with my pointer. Oh, it's just some schmooze. That's nothing. There's nothing there. 81 Denver. The scope is really good for looking real close, but sometimes those bumps and dips, you can't tell what they are. Sometimes it's just a mark of trash from that 82 Volkswagen dash. Let's find a wheatie, huh? It's 97 Denver. I think this is a nothing. Big fat nothing. 2014. It's very shiny. 2021 shield scent. Very shiny. Not a lot of scratches in it. 76 copper. Gonna get through these. 95 Denver double die obverse. Checking out In God We Trust, Liberty, and the date. Looking for doubling. Don't see anything there. Look at that. Another 95 back to back. Don't even have to look it up. One day I'll have these memorized. So sometimes they have like lamination things. You can see a faint line there and a faint line there. But if there's a line there, there should be a line here if there's actually true doubling. If there's a line here, there should be a line like on the right side there. It's very clear. Very nice looking coin. Nada. Let's keep going. 85 Denver. I don't think there's any 85 Denvers. No sir. 2001. Nothing there. '96. No, 96 Phillies. There'd be something under the Philly. Jade Dale, you have a 1922 peace dollar. How much is it worth? So it's going to greatly depend on the condition of it, as everything is driven by condition. I don't know. Back when silver prices were normal, it was probably like a $30 to $60 coin, circulated condition. Not quite sure what it is nowadays. 2021 Philly. Let's go wheatie. That's what I'm looking for, is a wheatie. 98. I know there's a Philly wide AM. There's nothing for Denver on these. 75 Kappa. I'd like to find a mule air one day, or a die clash or something. Another 95 Denver. Look for some doubling real fast. Just gonna pop out at you when you see it. Nothing there. 2015 Denver, not just Philly. One day I'll have all these memorized. Ooh, another 92. We're looking for the close AM. Doesn't matter if it's Denver or Philadelphia. We're looking for the 92 close AM. So check out the A and the M on that. $20.20 W nickel, huh? Did you get in a mint set? They were not released to general circulation, but that doesn't mean someone broke up a mint set and chucked it in circulation. $99 Philly. We're looking for the wide AM. Just like the 98. We're looking for 99 wide AM and a 2000 Philly. So 98, 99, and 2000 Philadelphia's. We're looking for the same thing. We're looking for the wide AM. So this is the 92. This is the wide AM on 92. You're looking for close on a 92. This one, we're looking for the wide AM on an, what is it, 2000 Philly? Thanks for being with us, Deb. 98 Denver. Not exciting to look at. Last one of the roll, 2012 Philly. All right, roll number 3. Tony has 95 Denver, very high grade. Planchet, silky smooth, untouched by circulation. Well, if it's in that good a condition, you can go on like PCGS and compare it to their grading system and see if it might be worth actually getting it graded. Because once you get in the MS grades, they can actually be worth grading and be worth some money. 2020. Nothing for 2020s. More copper. 99 Denver. That's a very shiny one too. Nice looking coin. Oh man, my heart dropped for a minute. It didn't make any sense. Looked like a 1901, but this is a 1961 Denver. Just got some damage on that. I was like, hold on. Because they had Indians on the front of these in 1901, so that didn't make any sense. I got super excited anyway. Yeah, it just got dented there. 61 Denver. A little bit on the older end. 61 Denver. There's a few different things we can look for on these. There's the D over horizontal D, mint mark. The D over D, another D over D. And then a double die, no, just D over Ds. And they're just all slightly punched in different directions. So we got so much schmooze on it. I do not clean my coins. Do not clean coins. I do get schmooze off coins. So I can see mint marks. Ah, my pointer broke. Oh no. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna zoom in on this. We'll get up close and personal. Just to see it a little better. Oh, come on. Still, I don't see any repunching or anything that would indicate this is a repunched mid mark. 1961, you're looking for the Denver D over D. There's a few different versions of it. Another 99 Philly, you're looking for the wide AM. These are findable. No, they're definitely, I mean, they're not touching, but they're touching. Here's an example. The 98 wide AM that we are looking for. If I can put it in the right way. Check out that gap. That's definitely a space there. That's what we are looking for. The 98 wide AMs. 84, looking for the Philly, looking for the doubled ear. So we're looking for, if I find my broken pointer somewhere. How come I always lose this darn thing? I gotta color it like bright red or something. Lost it. Oh, there it is. Looking for a doubling on the ear, so it'd be like another earlobe on the bottom of his ear for the 1984 Phillies. Nice looking 81. Not nice enough. Be nicer. Hey, we found our first wheatie of the box. That would be a 1946 Denver. Sweet find. This is just a bank box. Usually I find 2, 3, 4 wheaties in a box. This is the first one so far. Middle of a roll, baby. Let's check it out a little bit under the scope, huh? 1946 Denver. Let me go pull up the old wheat cents now. So I'm on ngccoin.com. You can go to United States coins. You can go to cents. You can go to Lincoln cents, wheat reverse, 1909 to 1958. It's the first time we had to open this tab so far. We're looking for the 46 Denver to see if we have anything extra to look for. Man, there is a ton of errors on these coins. Okay, 1946 D over D. There's a couple different D over D varieties. And then if you find a S, you can find the S over D. So we'll zoom way in on this again. Give me a second, I'll get her focused up for us. Get in on that mint mark there. I wish I had that auto focus on here. I think it does a job great, but so the 46 D over D mint mark repunched southwest of the first impression. So on the picture examples I'm looking at, it's actually way off. So you could see a outcropping of a D and then an arc way up here for that variety. And the other one, the VP002 mint mark was repunched south of the first impression. So both of them you're going to see extra stuff up top of it. And if you have a really clear example, you're going to see something here where I have all the schmooze. Heck yeah. Hey, Swineplex. Just found our first wheatie of the box. 1946 Denver. Let's get zoomed out. Check it out a little better. Get her focused up. 1946 right there. Bam. This guy's been through some things. Right at the tail end of the war. Check out that wheat reverse, huh? 1 cent, baby. That is sweet. United States of America. Heck yeah. Let's find another one. That was exciting. 90. Oh no, I gotta go all the way back to modern stuff. 97. Oh, Philly. This is not a Philly. This is a Denver. Looking for 97 Phillies. 2012 Denver Shield. Get out of here. 2000 Denver. We're looking for the Philly. There is a 2000 Cheerios promotion. Usually you can only tell what it is if it's still in the original package. Here's a wheat scent that has seen more years than that 1946 we just found. Holy smokes. It's a shield scent, so it's after 2010. Let's look at that wheatie one more time, huh? Check it out. Check it out. Saving that guy. Okay, we'll see if we can get a date off here. 2011. Thing is beat. I'm just using my iPhone XR for this lovely live tonight. Just got it on a tripod. That shield also spent some time in the ground or on the floorboards of a rusty Chevrolet. 2003 Denver Reno. We're just hanging out. We're looking for varieties. We're looking for errors. And most of all, we're looking for wheaties in a box from the bank today. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Got about 15 more minutes before we got to wrap it for the night. I do have to go back to work in the morning. Nobody has philanthropied me my way to not having to work, so it's all right though. This is all fun stuff. 2009. Which one is it gonna be? Legislative or congressional? I can't keep them straight. So 2009's Swineplex. You got rid of your coin collection except for pennies and silver eagles, huh? So you got a bunch of wheaties and Indians left. Maybe some older stuff. Okay. 2009 Denver, we're not looking for anything, but the Philly, we're looking for a VP001 described as duplicate columns. Duplicate columns to the left of the Capitol. So up in the upper tower portion, that circular portion. I keep all my 2009s, whether they're quarters or pennies, I usually keep them. The 99 Denver. Looking for Phillies on those. 95 Denver, looking for Phillies on those. 75, we're not looking for any of those. I just enjoy the 2009 designs. That's pure and simple what it is. They're not worth anything extra. The 2009 quarters, like the Guam and the Mariana Islands and those ones, I find in rural North Dakota they're harder to find than all the other quarter designs. So I just keep them in case I have people looking for those designs. 96 Denver. Which is why I don't keep my copper pennies, because I already have a whole bunch of other coins floating around the house. Another 82 large date, Philly. 92, can we find a close AM so I don't have to work tomorrow? We cannot. We cannot this time around. Definitely a space there. Yep, got to keep those Marianas and the Guams. 2004. Philly, there's a DDR, not in the Denver. Nice shout out. Shout out to Deb. Lived in Guam. Nice. Was it military related, or was it just your choice to live there? I don't know anything about Guam other than it's on a quarter, so forgive my ignorance. 2015 out of Denver Shield. 98 Denver. We're going to have time for one more roll here. 83 Phillies. There's all kinds of stuff to look for on those. Hey now, there's a 1982 small date Denver. You know we got to weigh this sucker. See that? I'll put it under the scope here. Wish I saved my other 82 for comparisons. So the 1982 small date, the top circle of the 8 is much smaller than the bottom circle of the 8. That's one indicator. The second one is this 2 has a arc or a curve in the middle of the 2, where the large date just goes kind of straight from the bottom of the 2 up to the curve. So it's got an arc, and then it's a little bit farther away from the rim as well. So it's 82 small date Denver. We're going to chuck it on my Maxis scale. I'm going to see if we can get a copper. It's probably going to be 2.5 grams. Yep, 2.5. We're looking for that 3.1. I'm going to put this off to the side, though, so I can show my next 82, just to show the differences. Speaking of which, here's the 82 large date. Okay, there's the large date. You can see these circles are roughly the same size. The 2 has no curvature in the middle of it. It's just a straight shot, and it's very close to the edge of the rim there. I wonder if I can get them both on here at the same time without being too out of focus. Oh, man. Okay, now there we go. See? I better take a screenshot of that. So here's the small date, 1982. We have a small circle and a big circle on the 8. We have a nice curvature in the 2, a little bit farther away from the rim, and then you compare it to the large date, 1982. The 2 circles on the 8 are kind of the same size, and the 2 has no arc or curvature in this section, and it's much closer to the rim. So that's the best you're going to get right there. I'll save those as examples. People always ask that question. And the 82 small dates don't come by as often as large dates. So, all right, we got time for one more roll. Can we get one more wheatie out of here? 1970 something and Shield. Only one wheatie so far. Absolutely, Deb. That's the hardest one to explain unless you have them side by side like that. So I'm really happy I was able to find both back to back, no less. And then I have them for examples now. So when people ask that, I have really good examples. I can pop them up there. What's up, John? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're on our last roll. Then, unfortunately, I got to call it for the night. 2008 Philly. 91 out of Denver with a lot of gunk. Just a reminder for folks just hopping on, I just have NGC coin open on my laptop off to the side. Once you go through about a jillion coins, you're going to start remembering these varieties to look for. But I just have it open. You can just reference every one if you needed to. But fortunately, I'm starting to retain some of these. 68 D over D we're looking for on this one. And also a DDR, double die reverse. So I'll look for the Denver date. D over D, FS501. So the mint mark repunch to the east of the first impression. And so you'd see that I lost my pointer again. I keep dropping it on the floor. So you'd see a line on this side, basically, of the first mint mark punch. And then we're also looking for a double die reverse, doubling visible in most of the lettering on the reverse. Pretty simple. Unfortunately, this is the one where there is no doubling on any of the lettering on the reverse. We're talking about doubling, just a quick example. This is a quarter, but here's example of doubled letterings. Apologize for the glare. But that's a quarter I found, a 1965 double die reverse. Super clear doubling. That's what we're looking for when we're looking for these things. My penny rolls, I buy them by the box from the bank. You just order a whole box. They come in a box like this. Just a bunch of rolls. It's a $25 box. And the bottom side is kind of cool. You can see through it. So you can kind of inspect your rolls. See if you have any wheat scent enders or anything like that. So $25 for the box. You pay $25 for them. John, he got 40 boxes. Holy smokes. So you're the reason why these banks are not letting us buy so many boxes anymore. Went to the bank the other day and they're like, it's like, can I buy some boxes of pennies? And I'm like, wow. No, but I'll let you buy some rolls. I'm like, I don't want some rolls. I want a whole box. Finally, I convinced my banker that I'm just going to go through them and I'm going to bring them back to you. And so finally, she let me buy one. 73 Denver. Nothing there. Wait. No, nothing there. This one's got a thick rim though. Check out that rim on that sucker. Oh no! Gotta plug this sucker in. Rechargeable. It'll last a good while, but man, when you do lives back to back or night after night, battery tends to run a little low sometimes. So, John, I would be very interested in learning something. I started looking up on doubling, and someone else mentioned machine doubling to me before, but what is the difference and what am I looking for? What is true doubling versus machine doubling? Or is machine doubling true doubling? Or I'm here to learn just as much as you guys. So a 61 Denver, we're looking for the D over horizontal D or just the D over D. There's a few different versions of this. Yeah, Tony, you have the same issue as a lot of people. My buddies out here, even, they go to the bank and they're pleading and begging and they can't ever get a full box. John had 200 boxes at one time. Holy smokes. That is quite a lot. Take up a lot of space and weigh a lot too. They're not light boxes. It's 50 rolls in a 50? Yeah, 50 rolls in a box. '73 Denver. That's got some shine to it. Thanks, Tony. You're cool too. Appreciate you hanging out with us. 94 Denver. 1992 with a cheeched rim. Holy smokes. We're still looking for the close AM. You can see right there. Without the scope even. Split in the lettering. So machine doubling, you don't have the splits in the lettering, and like true doubling, you would have split serifs and stuff like that. That does make sense. Ha, right, Deb. What rim? That rim was gone. It was spent in another decade, I'm sure. I'll keep looking, John. I know I'm going to find another one. get through the rest of this roll, then we're going to have to wrap it up for the night. Hopefully get back tomorrow night, roughly around the same time. Hopefully 8:30ish Central. Go through some more penny rolls. Oh, that one had me excited. 64. And these are 64 D over Ds. Check this sucker out. $64. Denver. Yeah, just a D over D. The VP001 mint mark was repunched south of the first impression. So we'd see some lines of the previous impression up top, or in good condition ones. Probably also in the center there. Not seeing anything there. I went through 2 quarter boxes, not last week, but the week before. Found 3 W mints, and that machine doubled. So if it was machine doubled, I guess maybe it's not the DDR FS801. Truly. Still cool though. Still going to keep it. 84 Denver, I don't think. 84, yeah, Denver DDO FS 101. We're looking for doubling at the date range. So yeah, 2 boxes and 3 W's out of 2 boxes. So it was a lot of quarters to go through, but found some cool stuff. Found some die chips and things like that. The Alaska 6th claw on the bear. Few left here. $79 Denver. So the 82 small date Denver, I think, is the valuable one if you find it in a copper version. 71 Denver. Nothing on a 71 Denver. 99 Denver. Yeah, Rob finds treasure. He's awesome. Let me tell a little story. I saw a 13 or 14-year-old kid from the South found, crap, now I'm blanking on what he found. He found something cool. Sent it to Rob. Rob got it graded for him. It's worth like $8,000 to $14,000 or something. 92, we're looking for the close AM on the 92s. So look at the A and the M in America. Got a big old gap there. We want to see the letters touching there. 71 Denver. Yeah, Rob finds treasure. B Waller. Watched A Away Up All Night Ashland, Oregon auctions. Pause Spare Time. Some of the bigger channels I've watched. 1990. That's a good date. 90 is a good date. We age well. Yeah, 1982D copper small date. Yep, you got it. Thanks, Rosny. Rosny? Appreciate you. There's another S-mint. 1970S. So there's large dates and small dates of 1970S's. I don't know. So there's a SDDO large date, the SDDO large date, the S over S large date, or the 70S small date, or the 70S large date. I think those are just, it shows the 2 different variations of it. So I suppose, so the small date, I just learned this the other day. This looks like a small date. So the 70 small date, the top of the 0, pretty much flush with the top of the 7. And the large date, the 0 is clearly higher than the top of the 7. Now I got all confused. I might have the large date. To me, it looks clearly higher, but I guess I'd have to have both to compare. So if this is indeed the large date, we're going to be looking for doubling on Liberty and God We Trust in the date. So we'll look for doubling. I suppose we can do that. That S looks wonky too. And then also doubling visible, most visible at the bottom of the numeral 0, but the inside upper left of it also reveals slight doubling. We're going to have to zoom in on this. I'm getting suspicious. And there's one more. The S over S large date. Mint mark was repunched north or south. The impressions are of equal depth, and it's hard to tell which came first. Oh, gee whiz. Man, I'm going to screenshot this just so I have the chat. I don't know why the chats don't save after the fact. Look up some of those other coin channels. Appreciate you, John. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this 0, this letter 0, this number 0. And we're looking for doubling on the bottom right. Sure, These always get me suspicious. This looks like it could just be wear, but it could be doubling. But you look in some of like major collection books or the cherry pickers or the varieties and errors online, and there's like they point at the tiniest little thing. It's like, oh, we have a variety or error, and it's like, I don't know. What do you guys think? The 1970 S over S, no, sorry, the 1970 S double die obverse large date. The diagnostics say doubling is most visible at the bottom of the numeral 0, but the inside upper left of it also reveals slight doubling. So, like this looks like it's mashed and worn, and this just kind of looks like a mashed and worn. So, all right, that's it for the night. Go check out the channel. Go subscribe. It's super free. It's free 99. You can come back and watch another night. Hit the bell so you get notified when I go live. We have a whole bunch more pennies to go through. Like most of a box. This is just one of my boxes. So most of a box. Hopefully find some more wheaties. We found one wheatie tonight. 1946 out of Denver. Look at that. Sweet. Come back tomorrow around the same time. 8:30. Hoping to get going. Maybe sooner. We'll see. Thanks, Deb. Appreciate you hanging out. You guys all have a good night.